All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here spreading this gospel in sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. And, it was, I don't know, it just caught my attention. I think I heard it on the radio, and so I had looked it up, but, I just found it interesting. I wonder if this is, another agenda that these elites are pushing for, just another part of their plan, they schemes to get this NWO in order and keep people in darkness. But it says, can Congress stop automakers from killing the AM radio? And I think the AM radio is like it's like a free signal that people can get on, and speak about things, without having to pay a fee or, it's just free, basically free information. Like when it's an emergency or something like that, people can go to the AM radio and listen to actually see what's going on. But I think they're trying to put a stop to this, man. And I'm not sure why. I don't know if I'm correct about this or not, but it seems like this is just another scheme, in a larger pool of evil schemes that these elites got going on, man. You know what I'm saying? But it says a push by several automakers to stop installing AM radios in new cars is hitting speed bumps in Congress, with lawmakers sending a letter noting that AM radio has more than 45 million listeners each month. And it says a drive by several automakers to stop installing AM radios in new cars is hitting speed bumps in Congress. And it says U.S. Rep. Bob, a Bowling Green Republican who chairs a House Commerce subcommittee that handles telecommunication issues, led dozens of U.S. House of Representatives members in a letter last Monday that asked automakers for a list of the vehicle models from which they remove AM radio receivers and their reasons for removing them. And it said the letter sent to companies including BMW, Ford, General Motors, and Mercedes-Benz, Tesla, Volkswagen, and Volvo noted that AM radio stations have more than 45 million listeners each month, and said their constituents rely heavily on it for emergency alerts and local news information and weather. And it said it described AM radio as providing invaluable information during local emergencies and natural disasters like tornadoes, floods, and wildfires, and said it's particularly important for rural Americans to have access to AM radio, which is free to all Americans and doesn't require a subscription or broadband connection. So it's a free signal that people can go into and listen of the things that's going on. Like when they don't have TVs, they don't have internet and things like that, they can go to this and get some type of information of what's going on around them when these things get shut down, but now they're trying to get rid of AM radio, because, once it's all hell breaking loose, and people don't really know what's going on when they shut the internet down, the power and stuff go down and things like that, you're still gonna have radio signals and things like that of people that can get some type of power through like solar panels and things like that. But you're gonna have a lot of people that's not gonna really know what's going on when all hell break loose, man. And they're not gonna be able to go into the radios and stuff like this to figure out what's going on when the TVs get cut off and things like that, and know what's actually going on. And I think that this is just another plan of these elites to keep people in darkness and keep them from knowing what's actually going to happen or what's going on, because when all hell break loose, man, ain't nobody really going to know what's going on, except the elect, because we're going to actually know, Lord willing, that we're part of that number. But, speaking with confidence, we're actually going to know what's going on, because we filtering these things through the scriptures. So we're going to know that the things that's happening was already foretold to us. And this is why we're using this time right now to get built up so that we can, stay stable in those times mentally. You know what I mean? But these people, they're not going to actually know what's going on at all. They're going to, basically, if AM radio gets taken out, the government is going to basically have a certain station that they can turn to and listen to what's going on, but the government is actually going to be telling them what they want the people to know. You know what I mean? So they're not going to be getting the real information on what's going on from individuals that's actually going through this and know what's actually going on and who's behind it. The government is going to be telling them and brainwashing them, and giving them directions on what they should do. So if all hell break loose, and you only got one signal and it's the government speaking on it and they basically guiding you and telling you what to do, they're going to lead you into a trap, because they're going to have the MOTB out ready for people to take. They're going to have already been promoting it on a large scale. So a lot of people are going to know about it. So they're going to be basically coaching them, and telling these people on these radio signals of what to do next and how to survive through this, when it really is going to be leading them into complete slavery and an even bigger trap and a more even sinister agenda. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that I'm perfectly spot on or right on this, but as far as this AM radio thing, and how they're trying to get rid of it, I think it kind of falls in line with everything else that's going on that these elites got planned. You know what I mean? But it says when internet connectivity and cell phone service is limited or unavailable, these residents do not have as many options to access emergency information as those living in more densely populated areas. The letter said AM radio stations are often our constituents' go-to source for information in times of crisis. We cannot deprive them of that free life-saving resource, So I feel like, like I'm saying, I might not be spot on with it, but it feels like just another one of their many plans to their agenda, to keep people blind, from the actual truth of what they got planned, which is their new world order, and to put people in complete slavery, man. And so they're trying to get rid of it in cars. They're trying to, basically do away with it completely, eventually. But, I think I made my point on this. I'm not really going to bring out any scriptures on this. I just wanted to really cut to the point, But it says implementing cost-cutting measures at the expense of our nation's emergency communication abilities is reckless and will have dire consequences for Americans that rely on AM radio in times of crisis, said a statement from the Trade Association's president and CEO, Curtis. So they letting you know this, what I'm saying? They telling you that a lot of people, millions of people rely on this in times where, things get disconnected, TVs get cut out, internet gets shut down and things like that. People rely on AM radio to figure out what's going on, because you got people, that speak on these things, and let you know what the truth is. But if they, get rid of the AM radio, that's going to cut a lot of people off, from a lot of information, and the government is basically going to take over like they're doing with everything else, the whole payment systems and everything else. They're going to take it over and push their own narratives to get people to fall in line, or to guide them into doing whatever they want them to do. You know what I mean? So, just let me know what y'all think, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not 100% on this, but, that it just seems like it, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is what they're doing, Same thing they're doing with the internet, same thing they're doing anything else, they're just trying to take control over it, and filter out everything else that don't align with their NWO, So, hey, I'm going to go ahead and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here spreading this gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom.